Hello, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make collard greens. And since I'm from Cape Town, South Africa, it qualifies as the very deep south that makes me qualify to make this dish. You're going to need some collard greens, definitely some bacon, or some lard, or some ghee, or whatever fat you choose to use. Bacon is definitely most flavorful. Onions, I use red onions over here, but you're welcome to use any onion if you're choosing. You're going to need some apple cider vinegar and some garlic, and definitely salt and pepper. But to start the whole dish off first, let's render some fat from this bacon. So I'm going to switch my stove on high over here. I'm going to put all this bacon in here. And I'm just going to, I always use the lid as like a nice handy holder for me. And I'm just going to put these onions on top of that. And I'm going to let that cook down whenever that's nice and hot. While I'm doing that, I got this awesome tip from a friend. You know, like when you get a bouquet of flowers, it comes in some white paper towel or something. If you bought some collard greens and you're not ready to use the collard greens immediately after buying it, you can take a wet paper towel and with a rubber band just attach it to the very bottom of it to make sure that the collard greens stay nice and crisp. And there's a lot of collard greens in here right now. So if I take this off, I'd like to show you how I take the leaves off the collard green, because a lot of times people make collard greens and they leave that hard stem in there. That's your choice, but to me that's a little bitter and I actually like to not use that. So what I do is I break the top part of the leaves like that, and then I strip it down. And then I lay it very nicely on a pile like that. So if I strip the second one, like that. Then take my pile and just build on top of that. Now, if I wanted to cut that up into thin little strips, I'll have like a stack of collard greens like this, and then I'll just finely shred them so they're in these pieces. But we would like to wash that off, and we also want a little bit of water on that. So when I start sauteing that and the heat is high and it's boiling down some of the water that's in there, it's using it to steam with. And I don't have my bowl. My bowl's right here. I will add these collard greens in here along with everything else that I'm going to shred up. And I'm going to fill it up with water and let it just stand in there with a little bit of apple cider vinegar in the water just to get all the impurities off of it. When I'm ready for that, I'll see you then. Great, so you can see right here that the onions have been nice and browned, and then most of the fat has been rendered out of the bacon. It's been browned really nicely. Alright, now this is really hot, and this is soaked in some water, and a little bit of apple cider vinegar to take some, if there's bugs on there, if there's more dirt on there, it takes that off. So we have all this shredded up collard greens, and I start adding this really slowly in here. You can hear the water that is attached to this is giving me the ability to boil this down a little bit faster so it doesn't stick to the bottom. And as I want the volume of this to go down a little bit, I'll add some salt, so I'll draw some water out. So I'll add a little bit of salt, and that just helps me cook it down a little faster right here. And I'm going to saute all this up. When I get there, I'll see you then. We're back. You can see in the spot that all those collard greens are now in the spot. It's wilted a lot, and you can see that the water it's giving it the ability to boil in its own water right here. And I leave the lid off because I kind of want to evaporate the water out of it. I kind of want the water to reduce a lot. I'm going to add some apple cider vinegar, and this improves the flavor a lot. And about like a quarter cup. So just a tablespoon and a little bit more. Sometimes you can add a little more. You just don't want it to be too sour. And you can smell the vinegar. Alright, now it's time to add some garlic, some fresh garlic. About a teaspoon right there. And then I ground some black pepper in here already. Alright, great. I'm going to let this cook down a little bit. Ugh. I'm just gonna leave that there for a little bit. When that is reduced enough, I'll be back and show you what to do next. Welcome back. As you can see, the water's been reduced enough just so that the collard greens can sit there in its own juice. It's a little hot, the pot. I turned the heat down completely to 0. The pot's nice and warm still, and then I put the lid on so it can steam and get soft and digestible for our bodies. As you can see over here, we are preparing some steak to put it on the grill, but since steak is a lot faster than collard greens, this is where you want to start with your meal. Kelly, thank you very much for inviting me to Christmas Eve dinner and requesting this meal. And Adra, I will never forget the money to your New Year's Eve dinner party. Welcome back. This dish is ready to be eaten. Steak and collard greens took less than 50 minutes. Smak like a jitte.